Shalom, shalom, Israel.
Shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
And the water for everybody that's in the chat room early. You know, we'll start here in just a second. Hope everybody's doing well today in this captivity. You know what I'm saying, as well as possible, at least. I'm seeing a lot of brothers. I'm seeing a lot of brothers in the chat. You know what I'm saying. The SOT brothers already in the chat. Y'all are all brother Score. You know.
Shalom, Jason. Shalom, Julius.
Khan. Soldier Judah. Shalom Akim. Soldier Al Ra'ah. Shalom. Soldier Damani.
All praises. Brothers
Brother
like
Shalom.
Water, brother Nehemiah, for the donation, brother.
Water.
Khan.
Brothers like, share, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel.
Khan. You know, the YouTube algorithm is weird with us, so make sure you send the link out to everybody you can. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
That's right. And we're gonna let it fill up a little bit there, Yasha. Hey, I know y'all got a righteous jealousy. Okay, y'all smell that bakur. Okay, by Adawan Ikarab coming through the screen. Okay,
that's right.
My whole house feeling good up in here. Hey, y'all Adawan Ikarab. Okay. Hey, have the man post his information in the chat. Y'all get those incense. You know, I gotta re-up. I ain't got but 2 of these left there, Adawan. Gotta re-up.
I don't want Ikrab be doing this thing with the incense. You know what I'm saying? Support your brother. You know? And Shalom, Adawan Kanal too.
Shalom, Soldier Araya.
Shalom, Adawan.
Shalom, Adawan Benaya. Shalom, Adawan Malachi.
Captain Benaya. Shalom, Adawan. Look at this guy. Shalom, Elder Yakum Yah.
Yakum Yah.
Shalom, Adawan.
Shalom, Adawan.
Shalom, Soldier Taze. Shalom.
Sister Namalwa. Shalom, sis.
Shalom. Sister.
That's
the Kenyan flag, ain't it?
Yeah, that's Sister Misha. Shalom.
Shalom, Sister Misha. Shalom, Hatamad.
Shalom, Hak.
Shalom, Israel.
Shalom. You ready there, Yaradan?
Khan, I'm ready to go. All right, so Shalom, everybody. Thanks for joining Truth Tuesdays. You know, I'm here with Adawan Mayakaya, Soldier Darat, and Brother Boaz, Soldier Boaz. He has the lesson for you. I have a lesson for you as well with our Torah Time segment. You know, before we get started, you know, all praises to the Most High, all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Also, make sure that you're watching this for your edification and you're not just watching this to be entertained, right? So take notes, you know what I'm saying? Invest into the show, write down your precepts, have your pen and pad ready, have your Bible and your Apocrypha ready to go. You know what I mean? You need those. And, you know what I mean? Keep your focus on the show, you know what I'm saying? And if you need to, rewind it and watch it again. You know what I'm saying? When you tune into our show, when you turn into our presentations, you know what I'm saying? It's not just for giggles, you know what I'm saying? It's for us to, we're trying to edify you as best as possible, as well as ourselves. So we take this thing serious and we ask for our viewers to do the same thing. Khan? So We're going. You have anything you want to say before we get started, Adawan?
Hey, let's go ahead and edify the people.
Okay, Khan. All right, so we're gonna focus today on Leviticus chapter 18. That's gonna be our main focus today. But before we do that, let's go ahead and get Psalms 134. And go ahead and read that when you got it.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 134. It says, Behold, bless ye Yahweh, all ye servants of Yahweh, which by night stand in the house of Yahweh. Lift up your hands in the sanctuaries, and bless Yahweh. Yahweh that made heaven and earth, bless thee, O Zion.
Khan. So that's what we need to be doing as Zion. You know what I'm saying? The water brother Troy for the generous donation. You know what I'm saying? The water for that. So as Zion, that's our duty. That's our duty to bless the Most High. You know what I'm saying? To sing His praises, to keep His law, statutes, and commandments. And that's what we dedicate this segment to. You know what I mean? We go into the Torah, and we try to bring out the law. So of course, the deep breakdowns are great. It takes a lot of wisdom to explain those things, but the most important things are the basic things, the everyday things. So that's what this is about. And we're going to go ahead and jump into Leviticus 18, right? So most of this chapter, hopefully, Israel, you already understand this. But of course, there's some brothers and sisters, this is their first time hearing these things, you know what I mean? And it's written for a reason, you know what I'm saying? And since it's written, we're going to bring it out, right? So go ahead and start. Go ahead. Start at verse 1.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 18 and verse 1. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, I am Yahweh your power. After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwell, ye shall not do. And after the doings of the land of Canaan, whether I will bring you, shall ye not do, neither shall ye walk in their ordinances.
Khan. So, when we was sojourning in Egypt, of course, we were living by a lot of their customs. You know what I'm saying? We were doing the things. They have the saying here in America: "When in Rome, do as the Romans do," and that's what we were doing in Egypt. You know what I mean? All kind of off things that we're going to get into. Worshiping of other gods, of course, idolatry and customs that the Most High is just not dealing with. Abominable, these wicked customs, right? And that's the reason why why the Most High gave Moses these laws. You know what I'm saying? So we can get our act together, right? And we can be civilized according to the Most High. And of course, the law was here before Moses. You know what I'm saying? It was oral. It was an oral law. You know what I mean? And we'll probably get into that next week, showing evidence of that, right? But go ahead and keep reading, Durak.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 18 and verse 4. Ye shall do my judgments and keep my ordinances to walk therein. I am Yahweh, your power.
So the Most High made these judgments. You know what I'm saying? This isn't from men. This is from your power.
That's right.
And he made these things for a reason. We're going to get into some of. Hey, and if you don't follow His commandments, He will place curses on you. It might be right then and there. It might be over time, but you will regret it, right? Keep reading.
Verse 5. Ye shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments, which if a man do, he shall live in them. I am Yahweh.
So Mosai decides is right. He decides what's right and what's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Our human minds, our hearts, they're fallible. You know what I'm saying? We got unreasonable emotions. We got vain thoughts. The Most High doesn't have these things. So when He issues a commandment, when He issues statutes and judgments, and He makes a decision, we know that those things are pure and they're right. You know what I'm saying? So if we absorb that, like there's nothing that we can't do as a nation. Right? Keep going.
Verse 6. None of you shall approach to any that is near of kin to him to uncover their nakedness. I am Yahweh.
So, most of us already got this, and that's good. You know what I'm saying? Most of us already got this. But a lot of us in different, it's legal in America to do a lot of these things. It's still done, of course. You know what I'm saying? It's illegal other places as well. It's still done. And most of our people got this. But we need to reiterate these things, and we're going to go into a little bit of detail, and it's for your learning, Israel. Go ahead and read.
Salakia, verse 7.
So,
The nakedness.
Salakia. So we're gonna go. We're gonna run through this. We're gonna run through this kind of quickly, right? We're gonna get to the meat of it. You know what I'm saying? And then we're gonna go some other places with it. All right.
Okay, count.
All right. Go ahead, Ak.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 18 and verse 7. The nakedness of thy father, or the nakedness of thy mother, shall thou not uncover. She is thy mother, and thou shalt not uncover her nakedness.
So plain and simple. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to uncover the nakedness of your father, and you're not supposed to uncover the nakedness of your mother. You know what I mean? And we're gonna go into that. This is really talking about lying carnally, right? But we're gonna go into more detail about that after we read some more of next to kin, right? Keep going.
Verse 8. The nakedness of thy father's wife shall thou not uncover. It is thy father's nakedness.
So the nakedness of thy father's wife. So you can look at this as you know what I'm saying, your father has multiple wives, or you can look at it as, your stepmother. You're not supposed to deal with that, right? Don't uncover that nakedness. Go ahead, Adawan.
Hey, I was getting ready to say that's a cut. That is a cut. All right? Because it don't say don't look at the nakedness of your mother. It said don't look at the nakedness of your father's wife. Okay? So hey, we're talking about your mother, he would have claimed. I mean, that's just straight at the end. Okay? But the brother's, father has an additional wife. That's a cut right there. We're not going to go into that. It get real nasty around here in the comment board. Go ahead.
Well, we don't have a choice but to, because going down through this, you see that like that's an apparent custom that we had. You know what I'm saying? And we have to deal with it. You know what I mean? But you're absolutely right, Adawan. Keep reading, Not.
Verse 9. The nakedness of thy sister, the daughter of thy father, or the daughter of thy mother, whether she be born at home or born abroad, even the nakedness thou shalt not uncover.
So you can't uncover the nakedness of your sister, whether she's born abroad, she's born as a foreigner in another country or whatever have you. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to deal with her. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a stepsister or, you know what I'm saying, a sister from your one of your father's wives. You can't deal with her. You know what I mean? That's abomination. Keep reading.
Verse 10. The nakedness of thy son's daughter, or thy daughter's daughter, even their nakedness thou shalt not uncover, for theirs is thine own nakedness.
So your children, your grandchildren, you know what I'm saying? You can't deal with them, and it's plain and simple. Most of us get it, you know what I mean? But some people need to hear this for real, Israel. Right? Keep reading.
Verse 11. The nakedness of thy father's wife's daughter, begotten of thy father, she is thy sister. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness.
So again, with the sister, keep going.
Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy father's sister. She is thy father's near kinswoman.
So this is going into your father's auntie, your auntie, your father's sister, which would be your auntie. Read.
Verse 13. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy mother's sister, for she is thy woman's salakia, for she is thy mother's near kinswoman.
So same scenario, but on your mother's side, that's your aunt. You can't deal with that.
That's right.
Go ahead.
14. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy father's brother. Thou shalt not approach to his wife. She is thine aunt.
So you can't deal with your aunties. You can't deal with your uncles. You know what I'm saying? Plain and simple. All right. Read this. Read this next one.
Verse 15. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy daughter-in-law. She is thy son's wife. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness.
So no daughter-in-laws, no one that's near the kin, not your son's wife. You know what I'm saying? Read verse 16.
Salakia, verse 16. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy brother's wife. It is thy brother's nakedness.
Khan and Boaz, you go ahead and get Deuteronomy 25 and verse 5. All right, read that one more time.
Khan, it's the book of Leviticus, chapter 18 and verse 16. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy brother's wife. It is thy brother's nakedness.
Khan. So plain and simple right there, you're not supposed to uncover the nakedness of your brother's wife. But there's somewhat an exception to this rule, and I'm going to show you why I'm saying somewhat. We talked about this a tad bit last week. All right, go ahead and read that, Boaz.
And it's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 25 and verse 5. If brethren dwell together, and one of them die, and have no child, the wife of the dead shall not marry without unto a stranger. Her husband's brother shall go in unto her, and take her to him to wife, and perform the duty of an husband's brother unto her.
Khan. So this is why I was saying this is kind of an exception. Of course, the brother is dead, so it's no longer his wife. You know what I mean? But it was formerly his wife. So what this is saying is if brothers dwell together, you know what I'm saying, the brothers are near to kin with each other, and one of the brothers die. Read. Keep reading.
Verse 6. And it shall be that the firstborn which she beareth shall succeed in the name of his brother, which is dead, that his name be not put out of Israel.
Okay, so I was saying if brothers dwell together, one of the brothers die, and he has no heir, he has no son. You know, as you know, our seed continues through the male lineage, right? So you have no son. Let's say you just have all daughters or no kids at all. Your lineage is gone. You know what I'm saying? So the Most High made it so that your seed can continue, right? Keep reading.
Verse 7. And if the man like not to take his brother's wife, then let his brother's wife go up to the gate unto the elders, and say, my husband's brother refuseth to raise up unto his brother a name in Israel. He will not perform the duty of my husband's brother.
So there's a duty as a brother. You know what I'm saying? If your brother dies without children, that duty is to succeed through you. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a surrogate father. You know what I mean? You know, you plant your seed in his wife. You know, of course, again, he's dead. It's no longer his wife, but you plant your seed in him, and then the child comes out and he continues your brother's name. That's not really your child. Of course, you're going to raise him. You know what I'm saying? As Israel, we got to raise each other. You know what I mean? You got a brother over there that's not related to you at all. You know what I'm saying? It's still your job to keep that young brother, that young sister, or who have you to on the right way. You know what I'm saying? To correct them when they're doing something wrong. In this scenario, you know what I'm saying? The brother's dead. He was about to his name was about to be lost in Israel, and the Most High made it so that you can continue on that brother's legacy. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Ak.
It's like, yeah, I had a precept out of one.
Okay, Khan. Bring it out real quick.
It's Sirach chapter 4 and verse 10. Off the point you were saying as far as being the father to the child. It said, be as a father unto the fatherless, and instead of a husband unto the mother, so shalt thou be as the son of the Most High, and he shall love thee more than thy mother doth. So just like the point that you was making as far as like that man being the father to that son, even though it's not his son, he still need to be the father to him to raise him right. You know, as it tells us pursuing the Proverbs 22 and 6.
Khan, that's a good precept. That's a good precept. You know, and that's it's showing what's more important. You know what I'm saying? It's more important to be that father. You know what I'm saying? Because you're raising up the next generation. That's what it's all about. You know, I mean, we're mortal men. We live, we die. You know, but we continue on through the children. You know, and so it's a beautiful thing having young brothers and young sisters like Soldier Durak, and we have many other young brothers and sisters. Young brothers, not sisters. It's the Sons of Thunder. But we have many young brothers in this camp that's, at a young age and really trying to do this work, really trying to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. And we have brothers that's older, but it's just what I'm saying, a sight for sore eyes to see brothers coming up and trying to do this work. Because I know when I was their age, I was nowhere near this thing. You know what I mean? So it's a beautiful
That's
thing.
right. That's
right. So good precept, Boaz.
Hey, Shalakia.
Go ahead, everyone.
Hey, Shalakia. Hey, I want to kind of backtrack real quick, okay? I want to go back to Leviticus chapter 18, verse 16. Let's make a point real quick. Hey, read that.
Guys, the book of Leviticus chapter 18 and verse 15. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy daughter. No, sir.
16.
Okay, Khan. It's the book 16. Of Leviticus chapter 18 and verse 16. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy brother's wife. It is thy brother's nakedness.
All right, Shalakia, so understand what this is saying right here, okay? It is thy brother's nakedness, okay? It's thy brother's nakedness for two reasons, okay? It's thy brother's nakedness because when they made a covenant with the Most High, they became one, okay? They agreed, okay, one together, okay, to come to an agreement with the Hamashiach Yahweh to keep his laws, statutes, and commandments, okay, in form of a marriage, okay? Number two, it is his nakedness, all right, because she is his property.
That's right.
Okay? She is his possession. Do you understand? She is his possession. All right? So when you look at this, that's a deep scripture right there. When we look at how America has changed the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments, that's why our sins have reached the heaven, and the Most High is going to utterly destroy this place. Okay, when you look at the way our sisters are dressing, okay, now it's witchcraft. Okay, it's witchcraft, and it's doggone just trickery. All right, because if you look at it year to year, those are getting skimpier and skimpier and skimpier.
That's right.
Every day you cannot help but to look at your brother's naked.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Every
day it's in your face. Okay? All right, and I'm telling you right now, we gotta move in the spirit because the world is upside down. Okay, it's set up automatically for you to go off. Okay, so we got to take this into account, man. We got to take these laws, the statutes, and commandments into account, man. It's the reason why we bring out, the law, every Tuesday, man. All right, you got to really take this stuff seriously. Okay, your brother is not just your doggone brother. Okay, your blood brother, your mother and your father. If it's an Israelite, that's your brother. Okay, you got to get out of that spirit of nasty lust. Okay, all right, and we gotta walk righteously and understand this thing. Hey, go ahead there, y'all, man. Let's get back on track.
Hey, so like Adam one, if I may, and we like that Adam one brought out, we're uncovering our brother's nakedness. We're looking upon our brother's nakedness when our women parade themselves down the street in revealing clothes.
Mm-hmm.
But it's advertised that this is the standard of beauty through our rap music. Women model themselves after women like Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, and the City Girls, man. Hey, the City Girls got a lyric in their music. Your daughter wanna be me, and your son wanna F me, man. But hold on, that's a graphic lyric right there. We're just in there teaching our young women to what? Be who they are. Because this is glory, this is glamorizing, this is what men want. You see what I'm saying? And what's that? That's all out whoredom. Because look, we looking upon our brother's nakedness now. They're parading down the street thinking this is the right thing to do. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with what I'm doing. Oh, you want us to wear dresses? That's old. That's olden times. This is 2020. This is a new year. No, but the Most High does not change.
That's right.
He didn't want that back in the
Right,
day. He sure don't want it now.
That's right.
And I, digress.
Khan. Hey, well said. Well said.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. Hey, our foremothers got a lot to do with this too. They can't get away. Like my other one, y'all will always say, they can't get away. Our foremothers cannot get the hell away. Okay, and I'm talking about your mother. I'm talking about your grandmother. I'm talking about your great grandmother. Okay, if the shoe fits. All right, because I don't know how many times if you got it, baby, flaunt it. Okay. Go ahead and show them something, baby. Okay, that's what the hell they're telling our daughters, man. They're whoring them out. And I'm gonna tell you something. When I was coming up, I didn't see grandma in a dress. I didn't see Salakia. I didn't see grandma in stretch pants. Okay, and doggone short. All right, I didn't see grandma. Grandma was in a dress, brother. Okay, the damn Muslims are wearing doggone pants now. If you pay attention to what's going on, brother. Hey, this thing got to get burnt up, brother. Hey, go ahead, we don't want to delay. Go ahead.
Khan. We all on the same page here, right? Because of course, and we're gonna go back to this in a second, but I want y'all to keep in mind what the two brothers just said, Adawan Maikai and Brother Durak. Because the Most High could have worded this a different way, you know what I'm saying? But he said nakedness, so we're definitely gonna go back onto that, right? But before we do, let's continue on with Deuteronomy. Let's read 25:7. Let's read that again. I think Brother Boaz might be froze up.
God, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 25 and verse 7. And it reads, and if the man like not to take his brother's wife, then let his brother's wife go up to the gate unto the elders and say, my husband's brother refused to raise up unto his brother a name in Israel, and he will not perform the duty of a husband's brother.
Khan. So look, if that scenario happens that we just spoke about, brother dying, and the woman's like, hey, all right, you need to perform your duty. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, nah, you're not really my type. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to deal with you. I know my brother, I loved him and all, but I'm not trying to deal with you for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the sister doubly wicked, you know what I'm saying? Maybe the sister's unattractive. Maybe he just don't see the sister in that light. You know what I'm saying? So this is what happened this is what would happen in that situation. Verse 8.
Verse 8, then the elders of his city shall call him and speak unto him. And if he stand to it and say, I like not to take her. So
he would go to the elders, and the elders would speak to him. And I'm sure the elders, if the brother says it's a problem, you know what I mean, there's a problem with her, I'm sure the elders will speak to the woman as well. You know what I mean? Because the job of the elders is to get to the bottom of a matter. You know what I'm saying? And to alleviate problems if there is one, right? Keep reading on.
Verse 9. So verse 9. Then shall his brother's wife come unto him in the presence of the elders, and loose his shoe from off his foot, and spit in his face, and shall answer and say, so shall it be done unto you, unto that man that will not build up his brother's house.
So this is a lawful sign of disrespect. You know what I'm saying? That's the most disrespectful thing that you can do to a person, to spit in their face. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's dealing with that. You can go from other customs, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's dealing with spit in the face. But that's what happens in this situation. The sister loosens his shoe and spits right in his face in front of the elders. You know what I mean? Humiliating. But this is why. Keep reading.
Verse 10. His name shall be called in Israel the house of him that hath his shoe loosed.
You know what I'm saying? So, hey, That's what you're known by. Hey, that's shoe loose over there. You know what I'm saying? Your whole house is known by that, you know, and that thing continues on for generations. That's a shoe loose house. You know what I mean? It's you know, brother's not trying to deal with that, and the Most High made it like this for a reason. You know what I mean? Because the Most High wants you to help your brother out. Whether you don't, whether say like the sister isn't your type, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm not trying to deal with her. You know what I mean? It's not about that. It's about continuing on our lineage. You know what I'm saying? It's about helping your brother out in his death and having his name continue on in Israel.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It's really about loving your brother. That's what it's really about. You know what I mean? So you have to look, sometimes you gotta look past little things to help your brother out. And that's what this is about. And the Most High knows this. So he's saying, hey, if you're willing to go that far being disrespected and be Mr. Lushu, you know what I'm saying? Hey, then that's what it is. But the simple thing to do is to take, you know, to continue on your brother's legacy. You know what I mean? That's the honorable route. You know what I mean? Everything else, and you know, the women in Israel at this time wasn't like the women that we see here today. You know what I'm saying? Like the brothers was bringing up. It's a totally different environment when it comes to marriage, right? But we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back to this nakedness. Right, we're gonna go back to Leviticus 18.
God. You want to start off with pick up where we left off?
Yeah, pick up where we left off and go into 17.
Khan, it's the book of Leviticus, chapter 18 and verse 16. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy brother's wife. It is thy brother's nakedness. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of a woman of her daughter. Khan, of a woman and her daughter.
Con.
Neither shall thou take her son's daughter or her daughter's daughter to uncover her nakedness, for they are thou her near kinswoman. It is wickedness.
Con. So you can't have a mother and her daughter. You know what I'm saying? And that's again what Adawan Ma'akaya pointed out. This is pointing to having multiple women as wives in the household. But this in particular is wicked. You know what I'm saying? Having a mother and her daughter, or a mother and her stepdaughter, or anything. All those are near kinsmen. You know what I'm saying? And kinswomen, near kinswoman. That's wickedness, right? Read verse 18 on the same subject.
Neither shall thou take a wife to her sister to vex her, to uncover her nakedness, besides the other in her lifetime.
Con. So you're not supposed to take two sisters. You know what I'm saying? Hey, of course, we can go in the scripts, and we can because our scripts are real. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you take Greek mythology and you take Hercules, and the man they just make them out to be perfect. You know, our elders went off and our elders did things. So you can go into the scripts and you can find certain situations where, you know what I'm saying, our elders made mistakes, right?
That's right.
So, but I'll let you, instead of pointing those out, I'll let you brothers and sisters go into the scripts and study those things for yourself and find them for yourself, you know, because that's what you should be doing.
God.
Right? But you're not supposed to take two sisters together. There's already that sibling rivalry probably going on, and you increase that, you know what I'm saying? And you can make a sister say or do something that she shouldn't have. You know what I mean? So it's a dangerous thing to do that. That's why the Most High is saying this. That's why it's written right here, right? Read 19 and 20.
Con. It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 18 and verse 19. Also, thou shalt not approach unto a woman to uncover her nakedness, as long as she is put apart from her uncleanliness.
Con. So we spoke about uncleanliness. I think that was one of our first segments. You know what I'm saying? So you can go back and take a look at that. But you know, just a quick review. You know what I'm saying? If the woman is on her menstrual period, that's uncleanliness. If the woman has just given birth, there's days that she needs to be set apart. So that's uncleanliness. Or if the woman, you know what I'm saying, touched the dead body, you're not supposed to deal with each other while you're unclean. You know what I'm saying? There's and whatever the situation is, go ahead, Adawan.
I don't want any scoffers in here, okay? Hey, so we need to bring clarity to verse 18. Hey, read that again.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 18 and verse 18. Neither shalt thou take a wife to her sister, to vex her, to uncover her nakedness, besides the other in her lifetime.
Okay, hey, does everybody understand what that means right there? Okay, like you're not going to. Listen, we're all grown folks here. Okay, we're grown folks here. You know, if you got children around, plug their ears. Okay, you're not going to, engage in relations. Okay, at the same time. Okay, with these two women. Okay, what I don't want to see in the chat is somebody come up and say, well, what about Rachel and Leah? Okay, our forefather is wicked. You know what I mean? All right. Now we're gonna cut that thing off before it starts. Okay, the scripture is telling you not to, shame them, before one another. There it is. Who's that? Soldier? No threesomes. Okay, you're right there. And that type of foolery, okay? Don't engage in that type of foolery, all right? The scriptures, you got brothers that are, hey, the bed is undefiled, okay? Ain't that what they say there? What the scripture say right there? What the scripture say right there? What the scripture say? All right? You got to go into the law, man, to get to understanding. Okay, but hey, go ahead there, y'all down. I don't want to keep it because we got to let the other Boaz, after a while get started. So go ahead, Op.
Yeah. Go ahead. Where we at? 19.
We're verse 29.
Yeah, verse 20. So exactly what I don't want to keep adding to the point that I'm about to make. Y'all brothers keep building up the point I'm trying to make. So all praises to the Most High. But go ahead and read verse 20.
Moreover, thou shalt not lie carnally with thy neighbor's wife, to defile thyself with her.
So multiple chapters that we just read, it used a different type of language here. In this one it says lie carnally, but in the past scriptures it says uncover the nakedness. You know what I'm saying? So that's on the deeper level, like what Adawan was bringing out, right? So we seen everything, as far as what's next to kin. And you might not be laying around with these people. Hopefully you're not doing nothing like that. But what the brothers is bringing out, that's nakedness. So if you living in the household, you dwelling in the household together, you know what I'm saying? You got to put some clothes on. You know what I mean? You got to put some clothes on. You can't have your niece running around the house in a skimpy, even though it's within the household. You can't have her running around with uncles and brothers, you know what I'm saying, around. Seeing that nakedness. It's unlawful to do things like that. Shout out to all the sisters that are breastfeeding. You know what I'm saying? That's the way, if possible, that you wanna nourish your child. But after the wean from the breast, they don't need to be seeing that. You got multiple kids. You got a 10-year-old. Don't have him staring at you while you breastfeeding the child. You know what I'm saying? Cover up that nakedness. That's not his nakedness to see, right? So that's very important. And the Most High distinctively used different wording in those two scenarios. He said nakedness and he said lying carnally. And it also goes into the threesome. You know what I'm saying? You have sisters together. They're not supposed to see each other's nakedness. That's your husband's nakedness. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So keep these things in mind when we're around each other, Israel. In your household, you need to make these changes. You know what I mean? Because this is the way the Most High wants us to live, right?
That's right.
And two different sets of languages. Read that. Read verse 22 again. Or read verse. What was it?
20.
Go ahead and read that.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 18 and verse 20. Moreover, thou shalt not lie carnally with thy neighbor's wife, to defile thyself with her.
There is plain as day. It doesn't say nakedness, lying carnally. And these are the things that, what happen. And these things happen regularly throughout history. Like in Egypt, you know what I'm saying? You got King Tut. He was an incest child. He had all kind of deformities that the Most High slapped on him. You know what I'm saying? You look in Spain, and there's Charles II. He had all kind of deformities. The man wasn't able to chew his own food as a child. He didn't speak until the age of 4. He couldn't walk until the age of 8. You know what I mean? And he had physicians working on him just to keep that man alive for like 38 years. You know what I'm saying? And then, hey, you got Moab and Ammon. You know what I'm saying? You got Moab and Ammon. So nations was doing things like this. And the Most High said, no, you holy, you separate, you different. You follow after me. You call by my name. So you're not going to do like the other nations. I don't care what was going on in Egypt. I don't care what's going on in America at this moment. You know what I mean? I want you to follow the ancient ways. And that's what we as Israelites have come back to do. You know what I mean? That's why we're going into these law, statutes, and commandments, so we can bring back this righteousness in our households and in our lives.
That's right.
But we're gonna go ahead and round this out. So keep reading down. Read down to 23.
Khan. It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 18 and verse 21. And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Molech, neither shalt thou profane the name of thy power. I am Yahweh.
So that's going into idolatry.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Molech had this thing, you had your children walking over coals and all kind of silly nonsense. You know what I'm saying? All kind of customs that the Most High not dealing with, right? All kind of sacrifices the Most High not dealing with. So leave that where it is. Keep reading.
Verse 22, thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is an abomination.
Hey, that's an abomination.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying? Come out of that. You know, there is no script that you can bring to justify that. You know what I'm saying? Man should not lie with man. Woman should not lie with woman. And I know, like in America, there's a Pride Month. I think they call this month so-called Pride Month. I'm not sure. Hey, but the Most High hates pride, and He's not dealing with it. Right? Keep reading.
Verse 23. Neither shall thou lie with any beast to defile themselves therewith. Neither shall any woman stand before a beast to lie down thereto. It is confusion.
That's a confusing thing. Hey, the Most High made you separate. You definitely don't need to be doing something like this.
That's a fact.
You know, it doesn't make any sense. And you know, I hope everybody gets that. I shouldn't have to go into more detail, but read verse 24.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 18 and verse 24. Defile not ye yourselves in any of these things. For if all these the nations are defiled, which I cast out before you.
So even the nations in the land of Israel before we entered into it, they were doing these things. The Most High was letting them live in the Holy Land. You know what I'm saying? And before we got there, they were doing these things, and the Most High cast them out. Right? Jump to verse. Now read verse 25.
Verse 25. And the land is defiled, therefore I do visit the iniquity thereof upon it, and the land itself vomiteth out her inhabitants.
So not only are you defiling the land, and the land spews. The Most High is not dealing with that in His holy land, and He will spew you out. You know, and we was dealing with wickedness while we were in the Holy Land. And look at the situation we're in right now. You know, well, some of you might be thinking, "Hey, we're not in Israel right now. How are we going to get spewed out?" Right? So I think brothers know what precept I'm going to. You know what I'm saying? If you can throw it in the chat, we'll go ahead and read it. But here's a bigger hint, right? Read verse 28.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 18 and verse 28. Let the land spew not you out also, when ye defile it, as it spewed out the nations that were before you.
So we don't. Of course, this is the land of Israel. You know what I'm saying? And the Most High spewed us out. Why? We weren't following the law, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
We were doing these things. We're doing these things that the Most High told us not to. Right? We're disobeying. We're not in the land. But keep going. I'm gonna go ahead and no one knows that precept about being spewed out. We're not in Israel. We're not in Israel now. So how will we be spewed out now? I want somebody to put that in the chat if you know it. If not, we'll read this out to the end. Okay. Hey, brothers, quick. All right. So let's go ahead and read out to the end. Jump to read out from 28.
Verse 29. For whosoever shall commit any of these abominations, even the soul that commits them shall be cut off from among the people. Therefore shall ye keep my ordinances, that ye commit not any one of these abominations, Salakia, any one of these abominable customs, which are committed before you, and that ye defile not yourselves therein. I am Yahweh your power.
Khan, we're not supposed to be defiled by the other nations. You know what I'm saying? The other nations' customs. You know, laws, statutes, commandments, and customs. The Most High gave them to us. He gave us a way of life, right? He gave us a straight and narrow path, right? So that's the path that we need to walk down. And if not, He'll cut you off.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying? It's as simple as that. Read. Go ahead,
Khan, that's the precept you wanted?
Yeah. Lots of brothers and sisters throwing that in there. I see that. You know what I'm saying? I think Jonathan might have been first.
Khan, I think so too.
Yahweh was first. You know what I'm saying? But they picking up what I was putting down. I'm gonna read that after you finish out.
Oh my God, I already read verse 30.
Oh, you read verse 30? Okay. Khan. So yeah, you can. Yeah, I got it. Oh, you got it?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, go ahead.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 15. It says, I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou wert cold or hot. So then, because thou art lukewarm.
Salakia. So this is Yahweh speaking right here. You know what I'm saying? He says, hey, I know you. You know what I'm saying? And I know that you're not cold or hot. You know what I'm saying? You lukewarm. Read.
Khan, Salakia, because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out my mouth.
And you don't want that. You don't want to be. That's worse than being spewed out of the land. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh not dealing with you. Nobody dealing with you. You get in the lake of fire. You know what I'm saying? So we might not be in the land of Israel right now. You know, we've already been spewed out of the land of Israel, but it gets worse. You know what I'm saying? It gets a lot worse. So Israel, I implore you to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. You know, it's your duty. It's your duty to learn these things. You know what I mean? They have a saying. They have a saying. You know, in the world that ignorance is not an excuse to keep the law. You know what I'm saying? The Most High chose you to woke you up. He chose you and woke you up out of all the Israelites out here that some of them just don't get it. You know what I mean? So take that blessing, like we were reading, and come forth with your whole heart and keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. Learn them. If you can't learn them by yourself, that's fine. That's understandable. Not everybody can, but you have brothers every day on YouTube and on the street corners trying to teach these things to you. You know what I mean? All right. So that's our segment of our Torah time. We got Brother Boaz bringing out a lesson. You know, this brother has put forth a lot of effort. So I'm gonna go ahead and hand the floor over to him, and we're gonna let some other brothers come on and take over with the reading. I hope Israel's been edified, and and make sure that you stay tuned and that you give him the attention that you gave me.
The water out of wine. Thank you for that beautiful lesson. So I got brothers coming in. Got brother Jonathan and brother Banyamian. So the lesson.
Shalom, Israel.
So the lesson that we're going over today is called Feared Straight, right? I want to talk a little bit about it for a hot second because, you know, you might have heard of the term scared straight, but this is about feared straight, right? Because to be feared straight, you know what I'm saying, we're supposed to fear the Most High, like it tells us in the scriptures. and we gotta stay straight on the path, Khan.
Con.
So first scripture I want to go to is in Psalms 112 and verse 1. Can somebody grab that for me real quick?
God. This is Psalms 112, verse 1, and it reads, Praise ye Yahweh. Blessed is the man that feareth Yahweh, that delighteth greatly in his commandments.
God. So blessed is the man that feareth Yahweh. You know, we're supposed to delight in these commandments, right? You know, when we put our fringes on, when we read Numbers 15 and 38, it tells us that we're supposed to wear these fringes for all our generation. And the reason being is so we can keep these commandments in mind, right? That way we know whenever we go into the place where we about to go off, right? It's like, nah, I can't do that. Because you know if you go off, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be a problem, right? So you got to have that fear in mind. Like, I need to keep these commandments,
God.
So can somebody get me Sirach 34 and verse 15? And another brother grab Sirach 25 and 12. But bring out Sirach 34 first. Verse 15.
This is the book of Salakia. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 34, verse 15. Blessed is the soul of him that feareth Yahweh. To whom doth he look, and who is his strength?
Salakia. So blessed is him because Yahweh is looking at us, right? And you know that's our strength.
God.
Read the next verse.
That's right. For the eyes of the Lord are upon them that love him. He is their mighty protection and strong stay, a defense from heat and a cover from the sun at noon, a preservation from stumbling and a help from falling.
Right? So Yahweh going to be there to protect us, right? He's going to be that covering for us. Now, there's an example that I want to use because there's Shalaki Israel. So Jehoshaphat, in the story, if we go on the Chronicles, can brother get 2 Chronicles chapter 20? Pull that up real quick. But in the story of Jehoshaphat, right, there was a situation that was going on with him where him and Israel was going into war, right? And Yahweh was there to be his strong defense and a strong stay, right? Somebody bring that out, verse 1.
It's the book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 20 and verse 1. And it came to pass also, after this also, that the children of Moab and the children of Ammon, and with them others besides Ammonites, and against Jehoshaphat to battle. Then there came Salakia.
So Jehoshaphat's getting ready to go into battle with Moab and Ammon and the Ammonites, right? So let's see what's going to happen. Go ahead and read verse 2.
Then there came some that told Jehoshaphat, saying, there come a great multitude against thee from beyond the sea on this side of Syria. And behold, they be in Hazazim Tamar and in En-Gedi.
So there's a great multitude coming up against him, and it's just Jehoshaphat and Israel, right? So read on to verse 3.
And Jehoshaphat feared and set himself to seek Yahweh and proclaim a fast throughout all Judah.
You see that? Jehoshaphat feared, right? He was worried because he like, it's me and my people. Jehoshaphat is the king of Israel right now at this time, So Jehoshaphat is thinking like, you know, there's somebody that's getting ready to come up against us. And it's a great multitude of people. And what he do, the first thing he did, he went to seek Yahweh. Because you know that's going to be our strong defense. Read on.
Verse 4. And Judah gathered themselves together to ask help of Yahweh. Even out of all the cities of Judah, they came to seek Yahweh.
Read on.
And Jehoshaphat stood in the congregation of Judah and Jerusalem in the house of Yahweh before the new court and said, O Yahweh, power of our fathers, art not thou power in heaven?
He said, art not thou power in heaven? Like, aren't you the Almighty of heaven? Right? This is a mighty prayer Jehoshaphat is sending up, right? Read on.
And rulest not thou over all the kingdoms of the heathen? And in thy hand is there not power and might, so that none is able to withstand thee?
Because the Most High, He got the power in His hands. Like, can't nobody withstand me. Who going to grumble with the Most High at the end of the day? See, a lot of people got that mindset where they like, oh, it's going to be Yahweh and Satan on the other side. No, it's not.
Right.
Who has the power to withstand thee?
Mm-hmm.
Read on.
Are not thou our power, who didst drive out the inhabitants of this land before the people of Israel, and gave it to the seed of Abraham, thy friend, forever?
Read on.
And they dwell therein, and have built thee a sanctuary therein for thy name, saying, if when evil cometh upon us, as the sword, judgment, or pestilence, or famine, we stand before this house, and in thy presence, for thy name is in this house, and cry unto thee in our affliction, then thou wilt hear and help.
So the Most High is going to hear us, and He's going to help us. You know what I'm saying? But we got to stay on the right track, on the right path, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. It's like it tells us in, was that Sirach? Is it 10 and 12, where it says He doth not hear a sinner?
Salakia.
Or He hated sinners. Salakia. Look, read on.
Verse 10. And now behold the children of Ammon and Moab and Mount Seir, whom thou wouldest not let Israel invade when they came out of the land of Egypt, but they turned from them and destroyed them not. Behold, I say, how they reward us that come to cast us out of thy possession, which thou hast given us to inherit.
Like, man, you see how they rewarding us? When we didn't do nothing to them. You know what I'm saying? We ain't bothered them when He took us out of the land. You know what I'm saying? When He took us out of Egypt, we didn't mess with them like the Most High told us to, right? So we was keeping the commandment, listening to Yahweh, like not doing what we were supposed to do, right? And look how they treating us.
Salakia. So Jehoshaphat, he's basically going to Yahweh, basically like how a kid would go to his parents, when the other siblings just wilding out real quick, so he basically running through everything that, Seir, Ammon, and Moab is trying to do to them, and, how you.
Read on.
He says, behold, verse 11, Salakia. Behold, I say, how they reward us, thou hast come to cast us out of thy possession, which thou hast given unto us to inherit. O our power, wilt thou not judge them? For we have no might against the great company that come against us, neither know we what to do, but our eyes are upon thee.
See, it's like our eyes are upon you, because we don't know what to do. This is a great company. This is like being in a situation where you're in trouble, right? And you got a group of people all around you, and you like, I don't know what to do, Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? I need you to get me out of this, right? So read on.
Verse 13. And all Judah stood before Yahweh, and the little ones, their wives, and their children. Then upon Jahaziel, the son of Zechariah, the son of Benaiah, Salakia, the son of Jaleel, the son of Mattathiah, a Levite of the sons of Asaph, came. The spirit of Yahweh is the midst of the congregation. And he said, hearken ye, all Judah, and ye inhabitants of Jerusalem, and thou, King Jehoshaphat, thus saith Yahweh unto you, be not afraid, nor dismayed by reason of this great multitude, for the battle is not yours, but God's.
See, that's that great quote that you hear, you know what I'm saying, your mama used to say in the church, or that song they sang, right? The battle is not yours, it's the Lord's. Right?
That's right.
Go ahead, read on.
Verse 16. Tomorrow go ye down against them. Behold, they come, Salakia, they come up by the cliff of Ziz, and ye shall find them at the end of the brook, Wherefore the wilderness of Jerusalem, ye shall not need to fight in this battle. Set yourselves, stand ye still, and see the salvation of Yahweh with you. O Judah and Jerusalem, fear not, nor be dismayed. Thou tomorrow go out against them, for Yahweh will be with you.
He told them, he said, you will not have to fight in this battle. Can you only imagine what Yahweh is about to do?
That's right.
Right.
That's right, man.
You surrounded by a gulf of people, and you like, I don't know what to do, Yahweh, but get me out of this. Like, if you get me out of this, I will do anything. We've all done been in that position. If you get me out of this, Yahweh, I will do this, I will do that, I will listen, I will do anything. And what happens, right?
Yep.
He hears what you're saying, and he gonna hold you down, Khan.
Khan.
Hey, Salaki, I got a precept, if I may.
Go ahead,
Khan, 2 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 8.
Bring it out.
Because we talking about, being delivered by Yahweh, man. And that's why we got to have faith, because he always going to come through. 2 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 8. For to one is given by this. Salaki, hold up. 2 Corinthians, my fault.
Hey, the water soldier Uriah. Yahweh Shema Shah Barakatah.
The water soldier for a great donation. Come feast with us,
Hey, 2 Corinthians chapter 8 and chapter 12 and verse 8. For this thing I besought of the Lord thrice, that it may depart from me. So Paul is praying, and he prayed to the Lord 3 times. Verse 9, and he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. And those are red letters, man. So, hey, the Most High is speaking through Paul right now and just saying, listen, my grace is sufficient for you, man. And when we weak, that's when Yahweh can show himself to be strong, man.
That's right. See, that's why we need to be leaning on him. You know what I'm saying? Instead of worried about whatever we going to do, we need to be leaning on Yahweh, because the thing about this is what he going to do for us, because he made a promise to us. Khan. Go ahead and read on,
Khan. Verse 19. Salakia. Verse 17. Ye shall not need to fight this battle. Set yourselves. Stand ye still. See the salvation of Yahweh with you, O Judah and Jerusalem. Fear not, nor be dismayed. Tomorrow go out against them, for Yahweh will be with you. And Jehoshaphat bowed his head with his face to the ground, and all Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem fell before Yahweh, worshiping Yahweh.
That's right. You see, they was in celebration, like, you know what I'm saying? They was in the process of so like, you go ahead and read on. I don't want to spoil it.
Not verse 19. And the Levites and the children of the Korathites and all the children of the Korahites, Salakia, stood up to praise Yahweh, God of Israel, with a loud voice on high.
So you see, they praising Yahweh like the battle was already won, right?
That's right.
Because it was. He told them it was. He said, you are not going to have to fight this fight.
Salakia. I got a precept. It's a common Psalms 91. Everybody reads this, when they're trying to gain strength from Yahweh. And this is exactly what Jehoshaphat was channeling. And it reads, Psalms 91. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of Yahweh, he is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in him will I trust. Right now, Jehoshaphat is putting all of his trust in the Most High, to win this battle for him. So he sought the Lord, and he fell down to his face and reverenced him. That's that fear right now. You're bringing out right now. Us fearing the Lord is not giving him that reverence, knowing that he will do what he says.
That's right. Go ahead and read on. Read down to verse 23.
And I don't want Yaakov just said, man, that's why we gotta pray like we already received it right there. That's the importance of that. Verse 20. And they rose early in the morning and went forward into the wilderness of Tekoa. And as they went forward, Salakian, that they went forth, Jehoshaphat stood and said, "Hear me, O Judah, ye inhabitants of Jerusalem. Believe in Yahweh your power, so shall ye be established. Believe his prophets, so shall ye prosper."
That's right.
And Salakian. And when he had consulted with the people, he appointed singers unto Yahweh and said, and Salakian, and that should praise the beauty of holiness as they went out before the army, and to say, "Praise Yahweh, for his mercy endure forever."
Go
And when
on.
they began to sing and praise, Yahweh set a Salakia, ambushments against the children of Ammon and Moab and Mount Seir, which were come against Judah, and they were smitten. For the children of Ammon and Moab stood against the inhabitants of Mount Seir, and utterly slay and destroyed them. And when they had made an end of the inhabitants of Seir, everyone helped to destroy another.
You see that?
That's
So
cold right there.
he made them destroy them. First, he made them look at Seir like, huh? I don't know if I like you.
Right.
You know what?
Right.
We gonna kill him, and we gonna like they had it plotted in their mind, right? Like they wanted the glory to be able to, you know what I'm saying, rise up against Israel, but they didn't get that, right? You know what I'm saying? They like, we gonna get them, and then we gonna get the honor for being able to take them down, right? And then once they got done taking down Seir, then they destroyed one another.
Hey, that's cold, man.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
the judgment of Yahweh right there.
Done.
You still got
That's
that
a
side
fair
at 25 and 12. This is why we need to be feared straight, right? And stay on the path, right? Because the Most High Yahweh, he got us at the end of the day.
God.
He ain't going to let us go astray.
That's right. The book of Sirach, chapter 25 and verse 12. The fear of Yahweh is the beginning of his love, and faith is the beginning of cleaving unto him.
That's right.
You see, Jehoshaphat had faith, right? Because even though he was afraid at what was getting ready to transpire, he got all these people coming up against him. You know what I'm saying? He don't know what he going to do with these people that he trying to lead, right? He went to Yahweh first. He cleaved to him, right? And we know the cleaving to him, right, and the fear of the Lord is the beginning of his love. That's how we know that the Most High, that we love the Most High, and he loves us back.
Khan.
So next segment, I want to go into a little bit about some wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. We're going to talk about fear a little bit more. Can somebody give me Psalms 111 and 10? And another brother give me Proverbs and 7. Bring out Psalms first.
The book of Psalms.
Oh, sloppy.
Go ahead, King.
All right, God. This is Psalms 111, verse 10, and it reads, "The fear of Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all they that do his commandments. His praise endureth forever."
See, a good understanding have all they that do his commandments, right? If we recognize and we understand what's going on, you know what I'm saying? We're going to do these commandments. Because this is what he told us to do. These are the instructions that he gave us. He said, if we do these things, that he'll put us above high over all the nations. Khan?
God.
That's right.
Precept.
So you got precept?
Khan. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4 and verse, we're going to start at verse 5. "Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as Yahweh my God commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whether ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations. That shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people."
That's right. Because we understand it, you know what I'm saying? We keeping his commandments. We listening to him. We hearkening to him. We showing him that we fear him.
That's right.
Right? We cleaving unto him and that's showing him respect, right?
That's right.
Who got Proverbs 1:7?
I got Proverbs 1:7 right here.
Proverbs
Proverbs 1:7.
Oh, I had a precept. Salaki. Just to tie in with Psalms 111. But I'll hold it, Joel 28. You got that, or let me hold that?
Okay. Go ahead and break out that Proverbs real quick.
Con.
All right, Con. Proverbs 1:7. The fear of Yahweh is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction.
Right? So fools despise wisdom and instruction. You got people out here who, like, you know, they want to do their own thing, but they want to do what they want to do. Right now, it's something going on where people decide they want to have you got hot girl summer, you got hot boy summer. People want to hang out and do something, talking about some demon time. You got people talking about a sneaky link or something like that. That's the old school. That's the old school booty call that we would talk about. Slakia. You know what I'm saying? No folly, but you know, they got the new term today is called sneaky link, right? And to be honest, you just fornicating for real. It's just them calling turning cheating around to say cheating is now called whatchamacallit. What does that even mean? That doesn't even make any sense. It's just people sitting back here, they trying to go into their wickedness and, you know, justify it in some kind of way or make it seem smooth or like it's okay, right?
Salakia.
Right.
I got a precept.
Go ahead.
Book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 3, verse 17. Salakia. 1 second. Con. 3 verse 17. And it reads, if any man defile the temple of God, him shall God destroy. For the temple of God is holy, which temple ye are.
God.
So you got all these people out here, you know, dressing scandalously. You got the women and the men doing it. You know, men showing them, you know, their man parts, women showing their lady parts, and that's just the new thing. It's summertime. They say it's hot. But no, that's just another reason for them to be ungodly, you know, showing skin that they ain't supposed to be showing. Just like Adawan was bringing back out in the other lesson, we're not supposed to cover each other's nakedness, you know. So
it's like the sister Alicia just brought up, entanglements.
Right.
Like, come on, man. This place is wicked.
Hey, Jake and Eve quick to come up with a term to try to disguise their wickedness.
I mean, you know, real quick.
And make it cool. Try to make the wickedness cool.
Make it cool. You know what I'm saying?
It's my body. You know, I should be able to wear what I want. It's my body. But right here, the Most High said, you are his temple. So it ain't your body, it's his body.
That's right. Go ahead, DeRock.
And like you said, they make terms to try to disguise their wickedness, and then they put it out there to be cool and mainstream. Not everybody, I'm not cheating, I'm having an entanglement. But what does the Most High say? Everybody comes from the way. See, everything ties in with the law. Everything ties in with Torah.
That's right.
Right? They coming in and saying, "Oh, I did this." No, according to what the Most High says, you're committing fornication and adultery. Right?
Making whores out of the daughter of Zion.
Come on.
Sodomitic sons.
And Boaz, let the people know what Revelations 3:16 just said. Hey, that if you not cold nor hot, what's gonna happen? The Most High gonna spew you out, man.
He'd rather you to be like cold, right? Like pick a side. Don't try and be in the middle. You know what I'm saying? You can't play the middle of the fence. You can't be like, oh, well, today I'm gonna praise the Lord, but tomorrow I'm on demon time. Tomorrow it's hot girl summer. Tomorrow it's hot boy summer. You know,
right?
Because the Most High come back and he keeps you in that. Then what?
God.
It's over with.
That's right. You're getting put to death.
Getting put to death. It's like you said you had that Job 28:28. Can somebody grab Proverbs 15:23 and Psalms 119 and 98?
I got Proverbs 15.
You said you wanted Job 28:28?
Con, go ahead and break that out. All
right, Con. This is Job chapter 28, verse 28. And unto man he said, behold, the fear of Yahweh, that is wisdom, and to depart from evil is understanding.
Because we're supposed to be departing from evil, right? You know, when we over here doing whatever that we want to do and trying to justify it, at the end of the day, we just, we just swimming, soaking in our wickedness, right? We're supposed to be departing from evil. To depart from it is understanding. And what is understanding? Keeping the commandments.
So
we back at the same point. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and bring out Proverbs.
That's a lucky.
Book of Proverbs.
Before you go into Proverbs, to depart from evil is understanding, right? And also doing the commandments is understanding. So it's safe to say that doing the commandments is how we depart from evil, following the laws of the Most High.
Exactly.
So they all work hand in hand. I yield.
Right. Hey, Khan, the book of Proverbs, chapter 15 and 23. A man have joy by the answer of his mouth.
Slacky. 33. Slacky. 15 and 33.
Khan, the fear of the Lord is the instruction of wisdom, and before honor is humility.
That's right. See, going back to the point of this being an instruction to us, right? He gave us instructions. He gave us instructions, and these instructions are pretty simple. It's not that hard. Is it going to kill you to not be trying to run around here fornicating with everything that got a hot tail? Is it going to kill you to dress appropriately? Is it going to kill you not to covet your brother's wife? You know what I'm saying? Is it going to kill you not to defile your temple and just put anything in it? Eating swine's flesh, you know what I'm saying? Eating lobster, shrimp, and crab. Like, I be smelling that stuff nowadays, and really, man, the seafood make me sick. If it ain't like regular fish with fins and scales and kosher fish, that stuff be making me sick. Like, even
right.
Hey, not to interrupt you, brother, but what you said, man, to answer your question, hey, no, because what that stuff right there is described as the law of life. What you say.
That's
and the ways that's contrary to it is described in the Bible as the ways of death.
That's right.
That's
wait. Isn't the reason for this lesson for us to get scared back onto the path of the Most High?
That's right.
To flee from the right hand side, which will put you in that fire that Sirach 7 talks about, and the left hand side that puts you on the water.
That's right.
But it's a lot. I got a precept. Let me
go ahead. Bring it out.
Proverbs chapter 8 and verse 1. It says, "Doeth not wisdom cry, and understanding put forth her voice? She standeth in the top of the high places, by the way in the places of the path. She crieth at the gates, in the entry of the city, in the coming of the doors." Right. So this is talking about wisdom is crying out. Let's talk about you men on this live preaching the word. The men that's on the street corners teaching the word, telling our people to stop doing all these wicked things, right? To fear the Most High truly, right? I'm gonna skip to verse 5. It says, "O ye simple, understand wisdom. Ye fools, be of a understanding heart." Meaning, start keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments.
Right. Israel don't want to do that.
Right. They don't want to hear that.
Israel over here, like, I gotta have my bacon. Oh man, I can't wait to get that good honey ham. Oh man, I gotta get my lobster with the butter. I gotta have that.
Right. Same as shrimp at Red Lobster. You know what I mean?
You know, I'm like, you
Hey, you know how many people stop listening to you when you tell them you can't eat pork no more? They finish listening to you after that.
None.
you know, I
Cut
had
it off.
somebody said
Delete
to me, like, listen, you can't say that to me. I can't let my pork go. I'm like, oh man.
But then, Salaki, they're gonna hit you with, God knows my heart. God knows my heart. You know, just
God,
wickedness.
You should be afraid of it.
you know what I'm saying? And this thing is a light to us. Can somebody give me the book of John, chapter 3 and verse 18?
Yeah. This is the book of John, chapter 3, verse 18. He that believeth on him is not condemned, but he that believeth not is condemned already, because he hath not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of God.
So you ain't believing the Son. The Son said he came in the name of the Father. The Son also said, if you would believe, he said you would, Salaki Israel. He said, if you would believe me, you would have believed him. You would have believed Moses, because Moses wrote of him, Khan.
That's right.
And Moses
That's
brought
right,
out
Khan.
the law. And Christ was doing the same thing. He was bringing out the law. Go ahead and read the next verse, all
God. Verse 19. And this is the condemnation, that light is come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil.
Their deeds were evil, right? You know what I'm saying? What is this light that we talk about? Somebody get Proverbs 6 and 23 for me real quick.
Khan, I got it locked up for you right here. Proverbs 6 and 23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light.
That's right.
And reproofs of instruction are the way of life.
We back at instruction once again. These are instructions. These instructions are the way of life.
That's right.
To keep the commandments, to keep these laws, you know what I'm saying? They a way of life to us, right? And it keeps us on what? The right path, on the straight path, right?
That's right.
Because we know when we veer off to the left, something go wrong. And you know, whenever we veer off to the right, you know, ain't nothing right when we go that way. But when we keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, we all right.
That's right.
Because the Most High is our strong stay, and He gonna make sure that we all right. Khan, go ahead and finish up that John. What was that 3 and
Verse 20.
He was at
Khan.
19.
All right. This is John chapter 3, verse 20. For every one that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved.
Khan. So if you do evil, then you hate the light. You hate the law. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And of course, when you come into the light, you know what I'm saying, you want to hide what you got going on, because you don't want to be proved like, oh, that's not right, that's wrong. That's why when we out there in camp, right, and we sit back here showing our people our transgressions as we supposed to do, they be sitting back here scoffing. They don't want to hear that. They be hollering. They be trying to make noise over the word, right? They be trying to make noise over the Most High's word. People, they get mad at us for reading the Most High's word. Like, why are you mad at me? You're not mad at me.
Right.
You mad at the Most High.
That's right.
That's right.
Salaki, they got another precept. The other precept that I called off in 1 Corinthians 3 and 17, if we go down to 18, like this is just bringing this out even more perfect, right? Where it says, 1 Corinthians 3 and 18, and it reads, let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool, that he may be wise. You know, in John 3 and 19, it says the light come into the world, but men love darkness. You know, that darkness is, you know, that person's own thoughts and opinions. You know, that light is the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. All of his words are done in truth and righteousness. So if you go against that, you living in darkness. You living with your own vain thoughts and your own imaginations, right? And just reading on, and it says, for the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God. For it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness. So these people who be saying that, God knows my heart, I can wear what I want to wear, I can do what I want to do, you know, they try to make their own laws and go against the laws of the Most High, and it's just going to lead them down to a path of death and destruction. Proverbs 14 and 12 says that, there's a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the ways of that leads to death. But
That's right.
Israel don't want to listen. They just want to do whatever they want to do, because they're haughty, prideful.
They like living in this world. They like being wicked. You know what I'm saying? They like being under Esau's rule.
That's right.
That's right. It's so like it. Hey, just like you said, and Monique said, man, they like living by Esau rule. Esau is easy to them. Because watch this. We come to the street corners. We tell them not to eat pork. And y'all say, they come back with the feedback like, I can't put that down. But after a couple years down the line, they got gout. They got high blood pressure and things of that nature, those health problems. Right. And Esau, the doctor come in and tell you, oh, man, you got to change your diet. You got to cut out these foods right here. And why pork on the list? Then you'll put it down, but you won't put it down to serve the Most High.
Right.
When brothers is kicking it to you, Khan.
And Salaki, just to that point, let me show you the wickedness of Esau, because I believe this is the spirit right here. Like just earlier today, I went to this food truck. I didn't even know it was Esau. But I'm looking through the menu. They got all the hot dogs were beef, right? And literally, when I asked him, just to make sure, because I don't trust them, I was like, hey, all your hot dogs beef? He was like, they're kind of pork and beef mixed. They're regular hot dogs. So now if I went and just bought that so-called beef hot dog, I'm already going off. You can't trust your enemies, like it says in Sirach 12 and 10. You can't. I mean, it even pained me to even give them the money. But my situation, I had to get something to eat real quick for me and my kids. And that was like the most convenient place right there for me. But never trust thine enemies.
That's right.
Israel, don't trust them.
That's right. Somebody give me Psalms 119, 105, and Psalm 19 and 8.
The book of Psalms, chapter 119 and verse 125.
105, Salakia.
105. And it reads, thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path.
See, we know that the law is a light, right? And it's giving us a path that we need to stay on to. Because we know if we go off the path, like I said, you're going to be in trouble. Because the Most High can't protect you when you go off the path. He looking at you like, why would you even go off the path? I gave you simple instructions, and all you had to do is stay on the path, right? Made me think about this movie I used to watch as a kid called movie with Eddie Murphy, right? There was this dude that was hollering at him the whole time, talking about stay on the path. If you go off the path, you know what I'm talking about?
Golden Child, yeah.
God, if he go off the path, what's going to happen? The moment he went off the path, what happened?
Yeah, a whole bunch of stuff. College started falling. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Stuff was going on. Like, he had to somehow climb himself back onto the right path. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is simple, Israel. This ain't hard to do. You know what I'm saying? It could be hard in the beginning a little bit because it's like, when you in the way of the world, you don't know no better. But once you learn and figure it out, it's like clockwork.
That's right. Hey, Salakia, that's why the scriptures say.
Hey, Salakia,
that's why the scriptures say that his commandments are not grievous. Because it's not hard. Hey, look, and that's the spirit right there. So 1 John 5 and 3, man. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
Because it ain't hard to do it. And like I say to a lot of people, like, you know what I'm saying, it might be hard, but is it going to kill you? Is it going to kill you to put the pork down? You gonna pick up a roach out of your house and you gonna gut it and throw it on the frying pan? Because that's what the shrimp of the ocean is like. You know, these creatures of the oceans are like the opposite of what the land creatures are. And it's like, you ain't gonna pick them up and eat them. So why would you do the same with them? And they clean the bottom of the ocean. So imagine what you're putting in your body when you do that.
Right.
Hey, Salakia, I wanted to add one thing too, man. Cause that path thing you talking about that's super cold, man.
That's
Because we're not really thinking about what's going on. So check it out. The Most High is a mastermind. The Most High told his children, he said, look, I want you to go to school, but I want you to walk on this road, because he already got bodyguards set up on that road.
God.
But you said, yo, I'm going, my boys, we're going to do what we're going to do. You know what I'm saying? I can't make no promises. You skipping school, you all on the other street. Now when you get locked up, who you got to call? You got to call Pops.
God.
And what he going to say? He going to be like, you was where? Okay, that's funny. Because I thought I told you to go this way.
Go this way.
Right. Like, why you even over there? Like, why you even over there in the first place? That's cold, man. That's cold.
But it's the truth, man. You know what I'm saying? But Israel hard-headed. You know what I'm saying? We don't like to listen. Right? As it says, we a stiff-necked people. You know, we like to get beat down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Before we finally be like, all right, you know what? I done took enough elbows to the rib, enough punches to the face.
Right.
You know what? Let me try something a little bit different. Right? What do you just bring out? Psalms 119, 105. Get me Psalms 19 and 8. Who got that?
God, I got that. This is Psalms chapter 19, verse 8. The statutes of Yahweh are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of Yahweh is pure, enlightening the eyes.
God. See, when we heard this, when we first heard this and you first heard the truth, your eyes lit up. You was like, oh man, I can't believe this. This is good. So now after that, the way you perceived everything, you was like, everything I have to receive and put in my body, it has to be pure. It has to be right. Because if I put something in my temple that's wrong, you're doing what? You're doing what it was talking about in Corinthians. You're defiling your temple.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that allows any type of spirits to come up on you. You know what I'm saying? You'll be out here like Jake, you know what I'm saying? Or like my mom would say something crazy, like I'll be out here just picking lint out the air or something crazy. Like, why would you even be doing something crazy like that? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you ain't keeping the law, statutes, and commandments.
Salaki, I got a precept on that.
Come on, bring it out.
Matthew 6 and 22. The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be thy whole body shall be full of light. You know, going back, it's just tying into that law that's basically enlightening the eyes. You know, that law is that light. So if your eye be single, you know, your whole body be full of light. So that means your body is following after the Most High by practicing His law, statutes, commandments, and it goes all the way back to that understanding. You know, in Psalms 111 and 10.
That's right. Just like the brother brought out as far as 1 John 5 and 3. You know what I'm saying? If we love Him, we're going to keep His commandments, Khan. Somebody give me Wisdom of Solomon chapter 6 and verse 17. Bible Kashaf. And The Rock, can you grab 2 John 1 and 6?
Wisdom of Solomon 6 and 17. For the very true beginning of her is the desire of discipline, and the care of discipline is love.
See? When we keep the commandments, we discipline, right? And that's what the love is.
That's right.
You say, if ye love me, you will keep my commandments. Right?
That's right.
Listen,
Right.
discipline, man. We got to understand this. This what we doing. We supposed to be teaching this to our children. We should have been raised on this, but it's all right because the Most High brought us in at the right time. Even if you a little older, or even if you younger, you know what I'm saying. If you younger, that's even more better for you. You're gonna be more mightier than we are. You know what I'm saying. But read on.
Con, verse 18. And love is the keeping of her laws, and the giving heed unto her laws is the assurance of incorruption.
Kind. So when you give heed to the laws, you know what I'm saying, you ensuring yourself that you ain't going to be corrupted by anything. You ain't going to be corrupted by the wickedness that's in the earth. You ain't going to be corrupted by your neighbor who want to sit back here. He want to go outside. He want to go puff a smoke. He wants you to go and smoke with him, right? You know what I'm saying? Because he needs somebody to smoke with. You ain't going to be corrupted by the female hitting you up on the text message talking about she trying to get a sneaky link. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to be corrupted by the brother who gonna call you on the phone talking about, yo, it's hot boy summer. Like, no, it's not hot boy summer. It's keep these law, statutes, and commandments summer.
That's right.
Matter of fact, it's keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, period.
Right.
Yep.
That's right.
Read that next verse, out.
Con. And incorruption maketh us near unto Yahweh.
Go ahead and finish that out.
Okay, Con. Therefore, the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom.
That's right. So your desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom, man. We can have the kingdom right now. You know what I'm saying? If Israel want the kingdom, go ahead and put a 7 in the chat.
That's right.
I don't know if Israel want the kingdom.
Hey.
I don't see 7's going up in the chat.
Right. Hey, real quick, too, because you know what's interesting about this is it's a chain reaction. You see what I'm saying? Love is keeping the laws, and giving heed to the laws is the assurance of incorruption. Right. But then once you got that incorruption, that brings you closer to the Lord. And once you closer to the Lord, that's going to put you in position to get that kingdom, like we was dealing with earlier when we was looking at 2 Chronicles. Oh, so, right. Hey, that's a cold chain reaction right there.
That's right.
There you go.
You got 2 John. You got that 2 John for me, Levirate?
Okay. It's the book of 2 John, chapter 1. So, verse 6. Salakia. And this is love, that we walk after his commandments. This is the commandment that ye have heard from the beginning. Ye should walk in it.
Right? We had these commandments from the beginning, right? He told us this way long time ago. So we know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Some people want to say, the New Testament, like something changed. That's it.
Nothing changed.
It's the New Testament. What you mean? We got the New Testament. The commandments in the Old Testament, that's it. We ain't got to do all that stuff no more.
Nah, that ain't true.
When we go into Revelation, you know what I'm saying? It still tells us that we need to be keeping the commandments to get to the kingdom. Somebody help me understand that.
Slug, I got a precept.
Go ahead and bring it out.
All right, this is Ecclesiastes 3, verse 14. I know that whatsoever God doeth, it shall be forever. Nothing can be put to it, nor anything taken from it. And God doeth it, that men should fear before him. That's right. So whatever the Most High said to do, it's already done, and it's going to be done forever. You know, That's he right. set all these things up. So Old Testament, New Testament, they the same testament. You know, the law ain't done away with.
That's right.
People just want to be wicked. You know, they don't have no light in them. They just want to go by their own vain opinions. You know, and we see that leads to destruction and death.
You said they like living in the world. You know what I'm saying? They like
Right.
living in the world. You know, they wouldn't believe Yahweh Shai ain't teach the commandments. Paul wasn't teaching the commandments. All the churches that he was going to, like, he wasn't teaching the commandments.
Right.
Right.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
The Most High is not about to kill generations of people, put you in captivity for not keeping the commandments, and then just say, oh, you don't have to do it no more. And then
Right.
reestablish the commandments in the kingdom and program you so you don't break the kingdom. It don't make sense.
It don't make sense.
The Most High is going to have the commandments in play until the end of time.
Until the end.
Wait. Get the book of Baruch chapter 4, man. Get the book of Baruch chapter 4, because the people don't believe me. Hey, brother Zaraki, you too young, man. You don't know what you're talking about.
Bring that out.
Come back in a couple years, man. Bring that out.
Bring that out.
Baruch chapter 4 and 1. This is the book of the commandments of God,
right?
And the law that endureth forever.
How long?
Just
forever.
For 10 years.
Forever.
For 100 years.
Forever. And look at this. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die.
That's right.
That's right.
Get away from that, man.
If you leave it, you know what I'm saying? If you leave it and you decide you're going to do something else, what's going to happen to you? Guess what? You done defiled your temple. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be put to death. You can't do nothing with nobody with a defiled temple, man. He's going to give us glorious and righteous bodies in that day. Somebody, go ahead.
Just that you speak on that, let me just hit the one in Revelations real quick. Final chapter, 22 and 14 of Revelations. And it reads, "Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life, and may enter in through the gates into the city." So can't get around this. Can't get away. You got to do these commandments.
That's right.
And we learned that the understand the Most High's understanding is us practicing the commandments, us doing the commandments. Point blank, period.
That's right.
Somebody give me Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 1, and we're going to read that to verse 5. And if somebody can give me Jeremiah 21 and 8.
I got Proverbs.
Go ahead and bring that Proverbs out.
Right, chapter. No, Salaki. I don't got Proverbs. All right, Proverbs. Chapter 4 and verse 1. Hear ye children the instruction of a father, and attend to no understanding. For I give you good doctrine. Forsake ye not my law. For I was my father's son, tender, and only beloved in the sight of my mother. He taught me also and said unto me, let thine heart retain my words, keep my commandments and live.
He said, keep my commandments and live. See, once again, we going back to the place of getting this instruction. We getting instruction to do what? Keep the commandments. Why? So we can live. So we can get the kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
So we can get out of this place. Slacky, go ahead, read on that.
Verse 5. Get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth.
So we ain't supposed to decline from the words that's coming from his mouth. This word, these words that we get in this is life, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is life to us, for real. You said Salakia?
La'ah.
Okay. Who got that Jeremiah 21:8? Somebody grab Sirach 11:15. Somebody
This is
go
the book
ahead.
of Jeremiah,
Go ahead.
chapter 21, and verse 8. And into this people thou shalt say, thus said.
That's right.
Matter of fact, ain't that real quick? Somebody grab. Thinking about it, I think it's 1 John 2:4.
What you looking for? What you looking for?
Yeah, it's 1 John. It's 1 John.
Con. Book of 1 John.
2 and 3 and 4.
That's right. The book of 1 John, chapter 2, and verse 3. And hereby do we know that we know him, if we keep his commandments. He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments, is a liar, and the truth is not in him.
That's right.
People who sit back here and they want to claim or want to say, like, we ain't got to keep the commandments because it's the New Testament. He just called you a liar. You a liar.
Right.
The truth ain't in you. This is a way of life for us, man. You know what I'm saying? This is something that he gave it to us for a promise. It's a heritage. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to delight in it.
God.
Somebody got the Wisdom of Solomon or Salakia, Sirach 11:15.
God, I got that.
Con.
This is the book of God. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 11, verse 15. Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the law are of the Lord. Love and Slakia, the way of good works are from him.
That's right. You know what I'm saying? Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is the law. Because if we understand, we're going to keep the law. To get the knowledge, we got to get the law. You know what I'm saying? The law is wisdom.
That's right.
That's how we become wise. That's how we learn how to be able to deal with situations in life out here. You know what I'm saying? Especially dealing with the wickedness of this world with Esau. Like a brother dealing with getting food from a food truck, and it's like they telling you they hot dogs is beef, and he like, they mix beef and pork.
Slakia. And they just trying to turn a buck. They don't even care. They don't keep no commandments. They don't worry about these things. These laws is given to us, so why should they care? So we got to be vigilant on there, Israel.
Hey, keep it real. I tell them if they got something that had pork in it, I'm like, I can't eat it. I'm allergic.
God.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I'm allergic. Not because I don't want you to sit back here and judge me, but because I want you to put it in your mind how serious it is. Because if something happened to me, guess what? You in trouble.
Another thing, Slakia. So my rib, she works for like this restaurant, right? It's like a upper scale type restaurant. And during her training, they taste test all the food or whatever in the restaurant, so they have an understanding of how it tastes and everything. Now, the ones on the menu that say, they have pork or shrimp or shellfish in it or whatever, they tell you, but they don't tell you what type of oil they cook it in. Believe it or not, their what was it? Their tomato soup or something. It was cooked in bacon fat.
Oh yeah, they do that all the time. They do that all the time. Hey, your sound went out.
Your sound went out.
Oh, Salakia. I mean, but you would be thinking that tomato soup would be safe. but it ain't. They cook them in all type of abominations. So that even made me not even want to eat it anymore. And I love eating now. So you gotta be vigilant for real, Israel.
That's right. Brother, give me Sirach 19 and verse 18 and read it down to verse 20. I'm gonna close it out with this.
The book of Sirach, chapter 19 and verse 18. The fear of Yahweh is the first step to be accepted of him, and wisdom obtaineth his love.
So when you using wisdom, you attaining the Most High's love.
That's right.
Now he loves you. That person who said, "Oh, he knows me," like, no, he don't know you. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't using wisdom, keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, you ain't obtained his love. How you figure he loves you or anything if you ain't trying to do what this says? Go ahead, read on out.
The knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrine of life, and they that do things that please him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality.
See, this is the same thing we just heard in Revelation 22 and 14. We're going to get the kingdom. If we keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, we're going to receive the fruit of immortality.
That's right.
And we're getting it right now because we're getting this law. We're getting these commandments. You know what I'm saying? He's giving us this understanding. He's putting us back in the right mindset that we're supposed to be in. And that's cleaving to him, fearing Yahweh, hearkening unto him, putting him first before anything. It's like Jehoshaphat did. Khan?
Khan.
Go ahead, read that last verse, I.
The fear of the Lord is all wisdom, and in all wisdom is the performance of the law, and the knowledge of his omnipotency.
Khan. So the performance of the law is wisdom. When we perform it, or when we do the work, like it tells us to do in James, you know what I'm saying? What are we doing? We're obtaining his love.
That's right.
We're obtaining him to be our protector, to be our strength, to help us when we need him, when we call on him. He gonna come and he gonna receive us, and then he gonna help us out, right?
That's right.
So it's something I want Israel just to meditate on that. It's like, this is something, like, when you learn this from the beginning, you was all over this. You was all over this, right? Some of us might have, we might have fell off, might have like backslid a little bit, But, the Most High, he gives us mercy, right?
Sure.
So we got a chance to get ourselves right. Let's try and be a little bit better, right? One day at a time. Let's just try and be a little bit better.
That's right.
Slacky, what was you about to say, Al?
Khan, I was just trying to say everything, revolves right around in a circle, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, you can make it a wheel. Everything revolves back within one another. They work off each other. Can't get away.
Can't get away. So that was my lesson, Israel. I hope everybody was edified. I hope you took down good notes. If you just jumped on the live, take the opportunity, rewind the video back. It's going up, and watch it again.
That's right.
Khan. All praise to the Most High.
Praises to Yahweh.
All praises.
Beautiful lesson, huh?
So, Israel, tune in to our lessons. We got a Milk Monday. We starting that in the morning time. We got Truth Tuesday. All right. Then on Thursday, we have Thursday Night Thunder. Make sure you tune into that class. On Friday at 8:30, we have Shabbat call, you know, we have the number on now on our Facebook. You tune into the Facebook lives, you get to see our Sabbath class. You see our Sabbath Salakia, our Sabbath camps, right? And then you can get the phone call number off there. And on Friday nights at 8:30, you get to get on a Sabbath class. And after the lesson, we answer any question that you have. You guys, you know, email us at Sons of Thunder Israelites. You know, we're gonna answer your question. You get to talk with us and politic with us on the call on Friday nights at 8:00. You know, the next feast days that we have, September 15th, we got the Day of Atonement, and September 20th, we got the Feast of Tabernacles. Okay? Don't let these feast days sneak up on y'all, man. Y'all make sure y'all take the time off, because I know brothers have strenuous jobs where you know, may not be able to not drink food, drink water and have food throughout your day, or you will pass out in this heat, man. It's summertime. So you guys make sure you call, you guys make arrangements to get out of your jobs on September 15th for the Day of Atonement. And then we got the Feast of Tabernacles as well. We're gonna be intense, man. We're gonna serve the Lord in the wilderness. Make sure brothers, make sure y'all get off of that, because we're doing that for a whole week. You know, on the 8th day is a feast day. You know? Come on. We got a Hebrew summit with Masha Yasharala on August 12th, right?
I think it's August 6th.
Okay, Khan. August 6th. Salakia. You said what, Adawan?
Yeah, around the August, the week of August the 7th, okay? Yeah, it's the summit. Okay, and we're asking our brothers, okay, in the camp to make their presence felt, okay, for the Hebrew summit. We also want Israel to come out, okay? Come in fellowship with the Akim, okay, out in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, there's going to be great festivities. Okay, some good teaching. Okay, we're going to be camp. Okay, we're going to serve the Most High, get edified. We're going to fellowship together. We're going to eat. Okay, and we're going to be happy and be married. Okay, all right. So make sure you come out, and just like the brother Barak said, come out and feast with us. Okay, brother laid that thing out. If you want our feast day calendar, go to Sons of Thunder Israelites at gmail.com and request the calendar. Also, for any of the feast days that he mentioned, RSVP. Okay, RSVP. Let us know, okay, that you're coming and who you're bringing with you, so that we can accommodate you. Okay, let us know who you got coming with you. So we can accommodate you. All right, but a good lesson. Okay, the brother Boaz, he moved in the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. Okay, I was telling Captain Yardan, okay, the spirit definitely was moving today. Okay, a great lesson in that. We're getting ready to close this thing out.
John.
You got anything, Yardan?
Yeah, I got a quick precept. Just in the spirit of what the brother brought out, just like what Adawan Ma'akai said, great lesson. It's going to be good. I'll read it too. Galatians 1:6. It says, I marvel that ye are so soon removed from him that called you unto the grace of Yahushua HaMashiach, unto another gospel, which is not another, but there be some that trouble you and will pervert the gospel of Yahushua of Hamashiach. Some people, what the brothers was bringing out, what the brother Boaz was bringing out, keeping the commandments. Same thing we bring out every week. You know what I mean? Obey the Most High. You know what I'm saying? There's all kind of doctrines all over the place. The world is pulling you one direction. You know what I'm saying? Kemet brothers pulling you direction. Islam's pulling you one direction. Stay on this path. Keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. Right? That's what we're trying to bring to you every day. Verse 7. Verse 8. But though we or an angel from heaven preach any other gospel unto you than that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed. So, you know, even if an angel falls down from heaven telling you, hey, don't keep these commandments, you know what I'm saying? It's okay. It's okay to go off. You know what I mean? You don't got to worry about going off. Just it's fine. You know, angel can come down. You don't listen to that. You know what I'm saying? Listen to Yahweh. Listen to his son. You know what I mean? And stay on this path. Endure. You know, that's what this thing is all about. So one more time, great class, brother Boaz, and I yield.
Right. Right.
Hey, make sure we make that correction. And the brother Yaradan did say it. Okay, hey, the summit is going to begin August the 6th. August the 6th. Okay, August the 6th. And make sure we come on out and plan for that thing. Okay. All right. Hey, and we're the sons of thunder. I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Mashiach, Yahweh Shah. All right.
That's right.
Shalom.
Shalom, Israel.